What's going on, guys, and welcome back. You guys voted for it, we worked on it, we have it, we are here. We're going to go over the ratios, the choices, why, how. You just saw a couple combos. The one at first I was thinking I needed a discard, which I was obviously wrong. That's why the Nibiru was there. I was going to do a Lubellion play route, and then I was like, actually this works with Albion because Lubellion is the one that shuffles back, so that's why there was the extra Nibiru in the one combo line. However, the first one was just the standard branded fusion OTK. The second one was just showing you how to utilize one of the Cyber Dragon aspects of the deck. Other than that, obviously you have your Clockwork Knight for your fusion into your Fortress Dragon, things like that to help deal with problem monsters, as well as things like Rescue Ace just being machines as well. But yeah, we got 3 Cyber Dragon, 1 Core, 1 Hertz, and 1 Noxter. I like the Cyber ratio for this build. This build is basically fusion OTK. It's a branded deck. That's what it's going to do. You are restricted. It's obvious. The play lines, the way that you have to go about the deck. There's no reason to be playing Lynx or the Infinity package. You could debate playing the Power Bond package, and I have done that in previous branded builds. However, I just felt that right now I didn't want to be that linear and fragile to that point. I mean, you can say branded fusion is the Ash bait, the negate, whatever, as much as you want already. But I also didn't want all these conflicting normal summons, so for that regard we played these 6 Cyber Dragon monsters. The main focus being able to just board wipe your opponent, and also taking advantage of Cyber Dragon and Hertz for the branded fusion OTK. Noxter's just there as a follow-up option, and Core is there as well for that follow-up, because typically you'll dump your Core off your Rampage, so then you can banish it to summon your Noxter to revive your Rampage for your follow-up play, or you can just, as we saw, normal summon it and search out like Cyberload Fusion, things like that. If you really need to get to your Cyber Emergency, your Core can do that. However, we're basically playing 6 Cyber Dragons with the Clockworks. Didn't want the Regulus. You could debate, should you play it, should you not, but that's another discard for the effect. Dragoon's another discard, Lubellion's another discard. I didn't want to just keep losing card advantage, and there's hands where you're going to end up with just dead cards then, and I didn't want that. So 3 Alibert, double Albaz. DD Crow is too popular right now just to play 1, so you really do need 2. Ash is just pretty much mandatory right now. Nibiru is really good right now. Crow and Droll are both really good right now as well. This is a going second deck, so that's why so many hand traps. We are playing 13 in the main, 41 card total. The 3 Emergency and the 1 Cyberload with 3 Clockwork Knight. I had a match against Rika where just Clockwork Knight in and of itself can cause problems for certain decks that need specific typing, and then once you turn them all to machine, it just messes with them pretty good. 3 branded fusion, 2 branded openings, so essentially you're playing 8 1-card branded starters. I know going second, people say crossout's not good going second, don't play crossout going second, crossout, but Ash hurts you just as much going first as it does going second. You can board wipe your opponent. You can break your opponent's board. We have stuff to deal with board presence, and then you get hit by that DD Crow. You get hit by that Drone Leopard. You get hit by that Ash Blossom, that Imperm, stuff that your board wipe doesn't handle, and Crossout helps you deal with those things. I've called by the grave when it was at 3. I also liked it in the main despite being a go first card, quote unquote. For that reason, because like the hand traps are going to stop you whether you go first or if you go second. So if you can't play through the hand traps going first, why can you play through them going second? You can't, so you need a way to get past them, and that's why we do play crossout despite going second. 2 triple tactic talent and 3 infinite impermanence. The list is semi-budget-ish, really not like super high priced money card in there at all. That's why we didn't play Thrust. Thrust is a incredible card because it can search out your branded fusion. Extra deck is pretty tight, but we go 1 Mega Fleet, 2 Fortress, 2 Rampage, 1 Twin. The second Rampage was a late addition, and I cut Mirror Jade down to 1. The second Rampage comes up more than the second Mirror Jade. 2 Albion, 1 Lebellion, the 1 Mirror Jade, 1 Dragoon. Then we have Garura, Mud Dragon, the Dragonite Draco-esque, or Exquisite. It's 1 Dragon Synchro and 1 Warrior monster. Comes up versus like Manadium or Big Baron plus crazy board type decks. The Gearfried Fusion was another one that I considered playing. Dragostapelia, Starving Venom is another option, but we don't have 6 spaces, so we're not playing 6 options. We are side decking the Dark Magician for when we go first, DD Crow and Droll Knockbird to finish off our trios. XYZ Encore really good right now. Super Poly, especially in this deck, I really like it. Summon Limit's a crazy going first card right now. D-Barrier is very good going first right now. Branded Exile's kind of a niche situational way to get your Dragoon back if they out it. And you may say Dragoon Pass is not good enough, and I completely agree with that. But if I'm going first, I'm siding in the trap cards as well, and potentially Super Poly, and I have hand traps. So the fact that like the odds of me ending Dragoon Pass are very, very minimal. I'm going to be playing like 15 traps and hand traps, so odds are I'll have 1 to 2 hand traps or traps on top of my Dragoon, and those 3 disruptions is more than enough to stop my opponent, and then I can use what's left in my hand to try to finish them off on my following turn. So that's kind of where the reasoning comes for the Dragoon Pass plus extracurriculars. 13 hand traps I really like because you're likely to see 2. You pretty much need to see 2 hand traps. I do like the big blowout hand traps like Droll, like Nibiru. Always have, pretty much always will. I think that the ratios for them most part are pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, it's the Cyber Dragon isn't your standard Cyber Dragon play lines, but they offer key uses, especially just with Fortress and being able to out your opponent and break their board. It's pretty important. So I do think that it's a sneaky good variant of the deck. I'm gonna work on some replays. I wanted to include them in this video, but it's just taking way too long to get somewhere people don't either A, quit, B, I like to try to get some interaction in the replay and not just, oh, they opened nothing past turn, I branded Fusion OTK'd. Like, you don't learn anything from that. I try to have actual back and forth. Maybe they stop the OTK, I break their board, they break my board, I beat them on the next turn, stuff like that. Or even a loss if there's a lot to it and something to learn. Those are the types of replays that I try to go for, but this is what I would take as a start for branded Cyber Dragon. As you could see in the background of this entire video, Cyber Dragon Sprite is something that we're also working on. That'll be the next one. And yeah, just like it says, 2 cards OTK or 6 interruption, up to you. Once again, playing 10 hand traps still too. There's plenty of flex spots in the deck. I'm not really playing bricks. I'll explain to you guys how all that goes. But yeah, and the 2 cards, by the way, it's like Core Extender, you know, Emergency Hurts, Galaxy Soldier Hurts, things like that. Like all of our Cyber Dragon 2-card combos go into 6 interruptions going first, or you OTK going second. So it's actually a lot of fun. Gives you 4 cards to be able to break your opponent's board. And yeah, Cyber Dragon Sprite coming very soon as well. But thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe. We're very, very close to 2,500 subscribers. That is about 2,480 more than I ever expected to have. So thank you, guys. But yeah, let's keep making Cyber Dragon better. Let's keep pushing the boundaries. Let's keep making the deck what we can do. If you haven't checked it out, I did do an updated pure build already, so go check that out on the channel. And again, thank you guys for all the support.